All right, welcome back. DeFi House strategies, and this one is the grinder strategy. And this is when the worst hits, okay? And this is actually should be the word when. When the worst hits, okay? This is the last thing you can do when you have your DeFi LP position going all wrong. Okay, there are multiple ways to avoid this beforehand, but assuming that you did nothing and you just deployed into the pool and the worst thing happened, this is the grinder strategy to grind yourself out of the bottom. Okay, so let's start with simple examples and explanations as we go deeper. Okay, so this strategy is essentially your weapon for the worst case scenario. You deployed capital, right? Sol, USDC, any kind of asset, doesn't matter. You deployed capital into the LP and the market dropped down massively and it is not coming back. Okay, so you need to get your initial capital back to as close to break even as possible, right? So in this case, you will have to grind. So let's grind, right? And this strategy works really well on the meme coin and extremely volatile assets. When you deployed into some sort of a riskier degen type of a pool, been farming good fees for a while, and then something happened, right? Big market crash, whatever, and you are now sitting with a massive impermanent loss and no longer earning the fees. So, for example, this is the chart, or yeah, whatever. You have this green range. So, while you are sitting in range, this could be a few days, this could be a few weeks, or even months. You are now happily earning the fees. And then let's assume that the worst happened and the market from this point just melted very quickly and you were not able to react, or when the market went a bit of a below your lower range, you thought I'm going to wait for a day or two to see if it's coming back before reacting, which is a correct way to approach this situation. Okay, so in this case, you waited and then even worse thing happened and you had a complete meltdown. So now you are full on panic mode as the market is down 50%. Your deposit is now worth 50% less and the market is not coming back quickly, right? It just started to consolidate after that 50% drop. So the specific example would be that you had, for example, 10K USDC deployed into the ETH USDC pool, 5% up range, 30% down. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So the total depth is 35% of your range, let's say this one. So if ETH would go down 30%, your deposit would be worth 7K, right? Excluding any fees. Yeah, because it could be the idea that if you stayed in this range for a good few months and the volume was high, that you actually made more than 3K in fees, and the fees are covering any kind of impermanent loss for you. But let's imagine that it's not the case, and let's assume that the ETH dropped even more, 50% down, black swan event, that's it. Yeah, market crashed massively and it's not coming back anytime soon. All right, so this is the worst case scenario. It's not usually happens this way, but if you time the market really wrong before the at the very peak, before the bear market begins, and the market, all the market is doing is just going down, right? And it's just crashing, and you are seeing your money melting pretty much, right? Then you turn on the grinder. So if ETH dropped 50%, you now have 5K worth of ETH. You were out of range. You're no longer earning any fees. So essentially, you have 5K worth of ETH and 5K of impermanent loss. Okay. Once again, excluding any fees. Just imagine that's your initial capital. So you then decide to call it a day and enter the grinder zone. Okay. So this is the last thing, the last supper, right? The grinder is when you exit the LP position and start grinding slash hustling, right? You set small ranges and very actively accumulate yield. So your goal is within the shortest period of time to grind as hard as possible to earn fees to cover as much impermanent loss as possible. Okay, so this is essentially something like scalping or high frequency trading, right? Scalping in trading is when you trade very small time frames and you are doing a lot of positions within a very short period of time. So in 1 hour you could make 500 trades. Yeah, so that's like scalping or high frequency trading. So it's pretty similar to this concept, the grinder strategy. So um, in that case, because you only have ETH, you deploy in ETH only and up range only. So you don't deploy into 50-50 ranges, nothing like that. You deploy ETH only and give a tight ranges to the upside, 2 to 3% maximum, I would say, right? And then as soon as the market moves out of range, you rebalance. And your goal is to earn high fees, because if you set a very tight range of 2 to 3%, your fees will be close to zero point 0.7, sometimes even 1 or 2% a day, if you deploy into the at the right time when the volumes are a bit higher, right? On ETH is a bit difficult to maintain 1 or 2% daily. On Solana is much more possible, but on ETH still with a tiny ranges you could earn between zero point 0.5 to zero point 0.7 up to 1% a day with a very tiny ranges. So in that case, right, you set those small ranges, and as soon as the market moves out of it, you rebalance. You rebalance. This is actively grinding because you are not participating on an expensive chain. You wouldn't be able to do this on a ERC20 chain because of the very high gas fees. So every time you rebalance, you would pay massive gas fees. But because you're doing this most likely on Solana, Base, or Sui, which are the very cheap blockchains, you can rebalance as many times as you want, and the gas fees are pretty much free. It's just quarter of a cent, or sometimes maybe up to a few cents per transaction. So you can rebalance frequently. Okay. And the goal is for you to earn high fees using small ranges and extremely frequent rebalancing. So this way you are getting yourself out of the bottom by trying to accumulate fees with very tight ranges. And if we take this as an example still, so let's say you dropped like 50% down and you have um, 5k worth of ETH and 5k worth of impermanent loss, then essentially you have to recover 50%, right? 50%. So if you average about 1% a day with a very tight ranges, it will take you approximately 50 days, let's say 60 days. So it's about 2 months to get back those 5k, right? But it can take you even quicker, because you should compound back all of your earned fees. If you do, you will recover quickly, and the best way is to compound every 48 hours. Always add back to your position, so the next rebalancing is slightly higher. So this way, you will recover your initial capital quicker because, for example, you had your 5K, right? You earned 1% a day, which would be $50, right? In this example, so maybe you stayed in range for 3 days, so you earned $150, right? So then you add that back to the your LP position, and now you deploy 5k and 150, so 5150, and then you use that amount to earn once again 1% or zero point 0.7 or even higher. So it's always, you always yield with each rebalancing, you are yielding with a higher amount of deposit. So this essentially creates this compounding effect that can make your recovery, instead of 50 to 60 days to 40 to 45, for example, right? So this is a very simple concept, but this would be essentially the grinding, because it would require your full attention. You would have to be in front of your laptop for, I don't know, 8 hours as a working day, and constantly rebalancing the pools when as soon as the market leaves them. Okay. Also, this would work extremely well if the volumes are pretty high as well. If the market crashed very, very heavily and the chain or the pool becomes a bit of a less active, the volumes will be lower. So even if you see 1% as a projected yield, it's not necessarily it's going to be that 1%. So you always have to, as you know from the whole DeFi house education, that you should never believe those numbers that you see. If you see 0.6% a day on Orca, it's not like that. It's usually a bit less and rarely a bit more, but it's usually not like they show, because they show based on the previous volume, but the volume in that pool at any given moment, second, minute can change, because if there is someone with a lot of money, like whale comes and swaps a big amount of money, the volume will increase momentarily, which means that the projected API will increase, but then the volume will go back to the original state or even lower, and then the projected yield will also change. So it's basically changing pretty much every second or minute. So if you check, you're earning 0.7% a day, but at the end of the day, after 24 hours, you see that you earned only zero point 0.3. It's totally normal, right? Because it's just a projection. The fee does not come from magical places. It comes from the people clicking swap button, buying and selling those two assets from the pool. So at certain hours they might be swapping more, at certain they might be swapping less. So it's not always very accurate, but essentially this is the grinder strategy, how it works. Okay, so if you now go to, for example, Orca, I have this wallet connected the same as I do all the time. I just showed I just always have the mirror version of my private wallet. So I open Camino USDC on my private wallet with Degen capital allocation. I open the same thing with exactly the same range on this wallet as well, because it's just how I perform, because I always show positions, everything to people, to DeFi house, to videos, etc. So I just always want to be for you to see exactly where I have my money allocated, but without showing my actual private capital wallets, everything, right? So this is like a mirror. So I do have these two positions actually on my private wallets. And as you can see right now, for example, it's yielding approximately 0.5% a day, which is pretty accurate, but it's not always like that. Because 20 minutes ago this was 0.67, so almost 0.7%. So it's always changing, but essentially the way a grinder strategy would look like, so you are in Sol USDC pool, you would open up hourly chart at most, maybe even smaller like that, and you would do plus minus 1%. And because you, let's say that you had money in Sol USDC, which means that you deploy only in Solanas, you would have the deployment pretty much like that, 99, 98% in Solanas, right? Like that. And then you would give, I don't know, 2% to the upside, 197, 201, as you can see. And in this case, you would be earning about 7.5% a day. In reality, this would be about 2 or 3% a day, while it's in this very tiny range. But as soon as it leaves, you rebalance and compound, you rebalance and compound. And yes, it could leave very quickly. And it's not that you have to react right away this second. If it leaves the range from the lower side and you are back to Solanas, it's you had Solanas anyways, so then you can rebalance, but not like instantly. Wait at least 15 minutes before rebalancing the pool. But the best scenario, yeah, would be to always do a tiny bit of deployment in USDC and Solana, 99% in Solana, good enough. So just you stay a little bit in range in case it slightly drops, but mostly up 2%, maybe even 3% or so. You would still have a good buffer, 5.7%. In reality, about 3, maybe 2.5 percent a day. And this is way and in this way you grind yourself out of the debt, so to speak, not the debt but the impermanent loss. So you grind yourself out of this position and you try to get as much fees as possible. On each rebalance you compound the fees and you try to earn that impermanent loss back, right? Of course, it could be this way that you don't need to do this. You could just simply hold your ETH or SOL with 50% down and wait and be patient and wait. But if this is not the case for you, if you need that capital as quickly as possible to get back to a break even as quickly as possible, and you don't want to be just holding your bag and wait for the market to recover, this because this could take months, weeks, years, or this could take a few days, who knows, right? But this is the grinder strategy. So when to use it, it's up to you. But I showed you the strategy. I showed you the worst case scenario, how to get yourself back from the worst possible thing in DeFi. When the market crashed, you had a LP position and now you don't know what to do. Now you know, you turn on the grinder and you start getting those fees back through very active management. Okay, so that's the grinder. Hopefully it's going to be beneficial and I really hope that you will never have to use it. Okay, this is one of the things where I explained, but I hope you will never need this, right? Because you manage your positions well and the market is not that dramatic to drop 50-60% down without any um, possibility of a quick recovery. Of course, bear markets happen, but throughout the bear market, you deploy capital differently, right? You deploy in stables, you let the market go down, and you are happy that it's going down because you are accumulating more capital at a better prices. This is when you're building a cash flow, and then this event happens, then you want to get yourself out of this impermanent loss, because even though you earned some fees here, but you still need to get back your initial capital, which cannot be less, right? If you're working on a cash flow strategy. So that's the grinder. Once again, thank you, and I will see you on the next video.